Today we've come to the Blythe Intaglios outside of Blythe, California. Rock Doctor and Rock Doctor daughter. Now, do you know what an intaglio is?
Isn't that thing down in Peru?
They're very similar to the ones down in Peru. Now, most people are familiar with the intaglios on the Nazca Plain in Peru. You have to be in an airplane, you have to look down on the Nazca Plain, and you have these giant figurines that have been carved into the desert. They're sometimes called geoglyphs. Now, the ones down in Peru are famous. Everybody knows about the Nazca lines on the Nazca Plain in Peru. Well, right here along the Colorado River outside of Blythe, we have the only preserved intaglios in North America. Not as big as the ones down in Peru. In fact, actually the ones that you're about ready to see up here, there's anywhere between 95 and 170 feet long. So they are fairly large, but the best way to see them, this is where you come in, Rock Doctor daughter. We are going to attempt some drone footage today, and she is going to be our drone pilot. So we've attempted this once before. How well did it go?
We landed in a bush.
We landed in a bush, and then we landed on the ground.
Yeah.
So we're going to attempt again. So the intaglios that you're going to see outside of Blythe, there's a concentration of about 6 or 7 of them here, and then we're going to proceed up the road. We're going to wind up going to Bullhead City, Arizona. There's an intaglio that's preserved in Bullhead City, and then we're going to see another one that is preserved in Mojave Valley. So here in North America, this area has a concentration of over 200 intaglios, and we're not going to be able to see all of them. Obviously, we're going to see some of the best preserved. The Blythe Intaglios are some of the best preserved along the Colorado River. So that's the reason why we're starting here. So come on along. Let's see how Rock Doctor daughter does on the drones.
Let's try
and
it.
Let's see what we can see on the Blythe Intaglios.
Let's go.
The Blythe Intaglios were rediscovered in 1932 by George Palmer, a pilot flying between Las Vegas, Nevada and Blythe, California. His observation led to a survey of the area in 1932 by the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. The intaglios were sketched in 1939, and National Geographic published an article about the Blythe Intaglios in 1952. This caused increased interest in the geoglyphs, leading to some destruction of the giant figures. Fences were installed in 1974, and the Blythe Intaglios were placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1982. This first intaglio is a human figure labeled as intaglio number 2 on Google Maps. Its arms are outstretched and measures 105 feet from head to toe and 91 feet wide. It has visible knees and elbows. Earlier surveys indicated fingers and toes with several lines emerging from the head. However, today these subtle lines are very difficult to see. This figure is one of the best preserved of the Blythe Intaglios. Come around to where we can actually see this figure not upside down. So we'll see what we can see from this angle here. Like I said, it's difficult to see on the ground, so let's get the drone up and see what we can see with the drone. Now, please be aware, this is like our second drone attempt, so we're going to do our best here to get a drone shot. Who created these giant geoglyphs remains shrouded in mystery. No Colorado River Native American group has claimed to have made the intaglios. This is what you're not supposed to do. Someone has come along in the desert pavement, which is all this black rock that you see that basically coats the surface, and they have carved what looks like a scorpion through the desert pavement, and it looks like there is a star over here. So this is illegal. It's defacing an archaeological site. So it's really kind of sad to see that someone thinks that they have to do this kind of behavior at an archaeological site. So please don't do this. Someone has left us an arrow in the far distance over on top of the next ridge is a set of 2, and we're going to attempt to with the drone, we're going to attempt to see what the 2 figures are. It's a human figure and an animal figure that is located on top of the ridge. So we're going to try to do it with the drone without walking through the archaeological site. The human geoglyph of Blythe Intaglios site number 3 measures 171 feet tall. A comparison of photos taken in 1932 and 1982 show the damage caused by off-road vehicles before the fences were constructed. This is one of the first intaglios that you'll encounter as you come into this area. It's in the first pull-off. There's a really cool plane that's flying over right now. It's not really actually part of the intaglios, but they're out taking a look at them from the air. So this is one of the first ones that you encounter as you park in the first parking area. And I believe we're going to come down here and take a look at it. Looks like it's a giant human figure. Once again, it's really hard to see from the ground. So Rock Doctor Daughter is going to attempt to get a drone shot of this guy, another giant human figure. Now there is debate on how old these are. So the age range goes from about 900 BCE to about 1540 CE. So it all depends on how you interpret the animals that are associated with these giant human-like figures. Some people interpret them as horses, which would put it after horses were introduced domestically into North America. So that's where the 1540 date comes from. Because we have the plane in the area and taking passes over the geoglyphs, we are temporarily grounded as far as flying the drone. So here we sit patiently waiting for the plane to get out of the area. So we do not want to have the drone up at the same time that the plane is flying over, taking a look at the intaglios or geoglyphs. So Rock Doctor Daughter is eagerly anticipating getting a couple more drone shots of the human figure that's behind me and the animal figure that's off to my left here. This human figure is most likely a male. It measures 102 feet from head to toe with an arm span of nearly 65 feet. Original photographs reveal a circular path measuring 131 feet in diameter, enclosing the upper half of the figure. Today, the only remaining portion of the circular path is the portion enclosed by the fence. Can you see the circle? Walking over to one of the enclosures where we have another geoglyph. We're going to have to walk around to the other side, but this one appears to be one of the animal figures. So here again, it all depends on how you interpret what these animals are as to how you get the dates. So like I said, the date range is somewhere from 900 BCE to 1540 CE. And depending on how you interpret what that little guy is up there, then if you interpret it as a horse, that would probably put this in the 1540 age range. If you interpret it as something else, then it could be potentially a lot older. We are going to get a drone shot of this because it is definitely difficult to see this from the ground. The animal figure measures 54 feet from head to tail with a 7.5 foot wide body. Below the animal figure is an elaborate spiral figure. It measures 23 feet in length and has a maximum width of nearly 9 feet. One interpretation is the spiral represents a coiled snake. We're on our way to make one final stop at a location I spotted on Google Maps. It looks rather dubious, but while we're here, we should check it out. I'm not sure whether this one is actually part of the Blythe Intaglios. It is outside of the protected area and it is not fenced. So this one actually may be new. In fact, actually it sort of looks new, but it is sitting out here on the on a little pinnacle, and it has been carved. We'll get it with the drone, but I do believe it looks like this one is a lot more current than the other one. So I guess I would not necessarily consider this one part of the Blythe Intaglio archaeological area. And like I said, it is outside the fence. You can see the fence right in the background back here. So take it with a grain of salt. It looks like someone may have actually done this out here on the pinnacle. Well, thanks everybody for coming along on our little adventure today here at the Blythe Intaglios outside of Blythe, California. We're hoping that you really enjoyed watching us attempt to capture these giant geoglyphs that are located on the desert floor by the use of our drone. And like I said, this is only the second time that we've attempted to fly our drone. So in the comments, please let us know, one, which intaglio that you liked the best. If there were 5 of them that you saw, so which one did you like the best? And then 2, leave a comment for Rock Dr. Daughter, who was our drone pilot today, and show her a little bit of love on how she did as far as flying the drone and capturing the images that she did. So we're going to try to do more and more drone images as we go on, and you know, taking a look at some of these sites from the air it gives you just a whole different perspective on things. So look for the drone a little bit more down the road, and we're going to try to do a lot more of the drone stuff here in 2025. So leave those 2 comments. I really appreciate the comments. I read every comment. I respond to the comments. So we really do appreciate the comments. Also, please subscribe to the channel. We love all of our gems that we have that have subscribed to our channel. So please subscribe to our channel. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And then that way, and turn on notifications, then that way you won't miss any other videos coming out by the Rock Doctor. So leave a comment, which intaglio you like. Tell Rock Dr. Daughter a little bit about her drone piloting skills. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and as always, don't take a trip, let the trip take you. I'll be seeing you on down the road.
We wanna chase the night.